The fluorescent lights of the Meridian Tower's executive floor flickered at 9:47 p.m., casting long shadows across the empty mahogany desks. Maria Gonzalez pushed her cleaning cart past offices that cost more per month than she earned in a year, humming softly to herself. She was the reserve cleaner, the one they called when someone was sick, the invisible woman who made everything spotless before the important people arrived each morning. Tonight, she was covering for Patricia, who had the flu. Maria didn't mind. The overtime meant her daughter, Sophia, could get those art supplies she'd been wanting. She was emptying a trash bin in the corner office, the CEO's office, with its floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the glittering city, when a phone rang. Not the sleek desk phone, but a different sound, muffled and insistent. Maria followed the noise to the leather couch where a smartphone vibrated. Between the cushions, its screen glowing with an incoming call. The name flashed, Akira Tanaka, Tokyo. Maria hesitated. She'd worked in this building for 3 years and knew the unspoken rules. Don't touch anything important, don't ask questions, and certainly don't answer executive phones. But something made her pause. The phone rang again. And again, whoever was calling seemed desperate. Maria thought of her own mother back in Honduras. How frantic she'd been the time. Maria was in the hospital and couldn't reach her for hours. That feeling of helplessness. She answered. Hello? There was a pause, then rapid Japanese. Maria's heart sank. I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese. This is the cleaning service. The office is closed. English.
Thank God.
A man's voice, heavily accented but clear. Please, I need to speak with Richard Blackwell. It's urgent. Life or death urgent. Maria glanced around the empty office. Mr. Blackwell isn't here, sir. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. Then you must help me reach him. The man's voice cracked with emotion. My name is Akira Tanaka. I run Tanaka Industries. We have a meeting tomorrow, today. Your time, at 9 a.m. But there's been a terrible accident. My daughter, she was in a car crash 3 hours ago. She's in surgery now. I cannot leave Tokyo. I cannot make the meeting. Maria's hand tightened on the phone. I'm so sorry about your daughter, Mr. Tanaka. If I miss this meeting, Blackwell will think I am disrespecting him. Our contract, it's $340 million. It took 2 years to negotiate. Everything falls apart if I'm not there. But my daughter... His voice broke completely. I cannot lose my daughter. She is everything. Maria felt tears pricking her own eyes. She thought of Sophia, her precious girl. What would she do if Sophia was hurt? The answer was simple. Nothing else in the world would matter. Mr. Tanaka, your daughter needs you. That's what matters. I'll find a way to reach Mr. Blackwell. I'll make sure he knows what happened. You would do this? But you're just... He stopped himself. I'm just the cleaning lady, Maria finished gently. But I'm also a mother, and I can make a phone call. Give me your number. I'll have someone contact you within the hour. After they hung up, Maria stared at the phone in her hand. She had no idea how to reach Richard Blackwell. There was no directory on his desk, no contact list she could access. She could leave a note, but would anyone see it in time? The meeting was in less than 12 hours. Then she remembered the security desk. Every executive's emergency contact information was filed there in case of building emergencies. Maria grabbed the phone and hurried to the elevator, her cart forgotten. Downstairs, Marcus, the night security guard, looked up in surprise. Maria, what's wrong? She explained everything in a rush. The call, the accident, the desperate father, the meeting that could collapse a $340 million deal. Marcus listened, his expression grave. I can't give out personal numbers, Maria. I could lose my job. I know I'm asking you to risk something. But Marcus, there's a little girl in surgery right now, and her father is torn apart because he thinks he has to choose between being with her and saving his business. We can fix half of that problem. We can make it so he doesn't have to worry about the business tonight. Marcus studied her for a long moment. Then he sighed and pulled out his phone. I'm not giving you his number, but I'll call him myself. That way it's on me, not you. Richard Blackwell answered on the third ring, his voice sharp with irritation. Who is this? How did you get this number? Marcus explained the situation, then handed the phone to Maria. He wants to talk to you. Ms. Gonzalez? Blackwell's voice was different now, curious. You're the woman who answered Tanaka's call? Yes, sir. I'm sorry for the intrusion, but tell me exactly what he said. Maria recounted the conversation word for word, including the raw emotion in Tanaka's voice. The way he'd said his daughter was everything. When she finished, there was silence. "Mr. Blackwell, are you still there?" "I'm here." His voice was thick. "Ms. Gonzalez, did Tanaka tell you why this deal matters so much? Why he spent 2 years negotiating it?" "No, sir." Tanaka Industries is developing a revolutionary medical device, a portable dialysis machine that could save millions of lives in countries without adequate healthcare infrastructure. This contract with my company would fund the final research and global distribution. Your Honduras, Ms. Gonzalez. It's one of the primary target markets. Maria's breath caught. Sophia's friend Carlos, a sweet boy in her class, had kidney disease. His family drove 6 hours twice a week to reach a dialysis center. She'd watched his mother's exhaustion, his small face growing paler each month. "I didn't know," she whispered. "Tanaka has been pouring his own money into this project for years. He's not just a businessman, he's a man who watched his wife die from kidney failure because they lived too far from a hospital. This deal, this device, it's his way of making sure no one else loses someone they love the way he did." Blackwell paused. "And now his daughter is fighting for her life. And he thought he'd have to abandon her to save this project, because he thought I was the kind of man who'd let a $340 million deal collapse over one missed meeting. What will you do, sir?" "What I should have done from the beginning. Remember that we're human beings, not just balance sheets. I'm going to call Tanaka right now and tell him the only place he needs to be is at his daughter's bedside. We'll reschedule for whenever he's ready, even if it takes months. And Ms. Gonzalez, thank you for reminding me what actually matters." 3 weeks later, Maria was cleaning the executive floor, again when Richard Blackwell emerged from his office. She nearly dropped her spray bottle in surprise. Executives never acknowledged the cleaning staff. "Ms. Gonzalez, do you have a moment?" "Of course, Mr. Blackwell." He held out a phone, video call already connected. On the screen was Akira Tanaka, and beside him, a teenage girl with bandages on her head but a brilliant smile. "Ms. Gonzalez," Tanaka said, his eyes shining, "I wanted you to meet my daughter, Yuki. She's going to make a full recovery, and I wanted to thank you for giving me the gift of being there when she woke up from surgery. I will never forget what you did." Yuki waved shyly. "Thank you for helping my papa," she said in careful English. Maria wiped tears from her cheeks. "I'm so happy you're okay, sweetheart." After the call ended, Blackwell cleared his throat. "We signed the contract yesterday. Production begins next month. In recognition of your role in making this happen, Tanaka and I have established a scholarship fund in your name for children of service workers who want to pursue higher education. We're starting with $100,000. Maria couldn't speak. Sophia could go to college. Sophia could become the artist she dreamed of being. But more than that, Blackwell continued, I want to offer you a position in our community relations department. We need people who understand what it means to connect with others, to see humanity first. You've proven you have that gift. That night, Maria stood at the window of her small apartment, watching the city lights sparkle like fallen stars. She thought about the phone call that changed everything, about how one small act of kindness had rippled outward, touching lives across the ocean and around the world. She thought about children in Honduras who would one day receive treatment because a father stayed with his daughter, because a security guard broke a rule, because a cleaning lady answered a phone. Sophia came to stand beside her. Mama, why are you crying? Maria pulled her daughter close, breathing in the scent of her hair. Because I learned something important tonight, mija. We're told that powerful people change the world. But sometimes, the world changes because someone powerless chooses to care anyway. And that makes all the difference. Outside, the city continued its endless dance of light and shadow, full of people whose small kindnesses were weaving invisible threads of connection, building a world where love mattered more than titles, where humanity triumphed over hierarchy, where a cleaning lady's compassion could save not just a deal, but countless lives she'd never meet. And in Tokyo, a father held his daughter's hand and whispered, a prayer of gratitude for the stranger, who gave him permission to be human.